You're passing through solitude? Maybe you're looking to make some easy gold, yes? It's easy to find things to sell. Things nobody will miss. Things from underground, or just left lying around in someone's house. I bet the two of us were very alike. So why not take the next step? We can help each other. My sister Deeja and I are treasure hunters. We like to collect things. I knew you looked like a clever one. With the war, many more ships come through these docks, loaded with weapons and pay, but few people, and they pass through dangerous waters. We have an interest in one of those boats, the Ice Runner. The Solitude Lighthouse will be guiding it in, but if its fire were to go out, the Ice Runner would run aground. What an interesting idea. I think if someone were to do something like that, there would definitely be a certain amount of loot to be shared. Yes, if someone were to put out the lighthouse fire and then meet me on the docks afterwards, I could certainly direct them to that loot. Don't worry about them. We'll make sure they wash up safe. Maybe they'll even pay us for their heroic rescue from their sad crash. It would be best if we spoke little until you've completed your task.
What do you need?
I've only been a part of the Red Wave's crew for a few weeks, but I've already learned to stay out of Captain Safia's way.
Lucky for you, that was just sitting there for the taking. My father was all the family I ever had. I felt so lost when he died. But the crew of the Red Wave's my family now.
You and me, we're the only people around who aren't complete fools. I was done talking anyway. Seems there's always more to be done. You could say that. I own the place. Well, okay. My father owns the Winking Skeever, but it's the family business, so it'll be mine when he kicks off. Yeah, next time.
True, I may look the part of dashing swordsman, but I prefer the art of wit to that of warfare. Your typical Solitude wench is like the city itself. Stormy exterior, but the charms that lie within.
I'm a little busy at the moment.
I've got all sorts of errands to run. You were there for Rogvir's execution. Perhaps, but necessary. My cousin Fura is somewhere out there in Skyrim right now, fighting Ulfric Stormcloak and his damned insurrectionists. She wouldn't have to be there at all if it weren't for Rogvir. And my aunt wouldn't have to worry about her daughter. You really don't know? He lets Ulfric Stormcloak escape solitude. Ulfric rides in, murders the High King, and Rogvir lets him ride right back out. Most people head over to the Winking Skeever. If you're not interested in music or drink, you can at least talk to Corpulus. He can fill you in on any of the latest gossip. People to see and places to go, huh? Later then.
A sharp mind beats a sharp blade any day. Words to live by.
Spare some gold for a veteran? What? You see a man falling on hard times, and you think he's been like that forever? I was there. I fought in the Great War. I was on the field at Anvil. And when I was struck down, they left me. You understand? They left me for dead. I didn't leave them. It's best you leave me be.
I once captained a ship called the Argent Raptor. She struck an iceberg and went down just north of Windhelm.
So exciting when new folk come into town. I bet you've had plenty of adventures.
By blade or by spell. If you want it dead, I'll make it dead. All you need to do is pay my fee.
If it's a mercenary you're looking for, you found him. There's no stronger sword arm for hire in all Skyrim. Best not
Blade
to walk
can
the
be
roads
as
of
lethal as
Skyrim
the spell,
alone.
but deadlier still is the one who wields both.
Yes, what do you want? Can't you see I'm busy dying? What does it look like? Boredom, old age, thirst. What's the point of living when all roads lead to the same mound of dirt? I will be whatever I want to be, you brainless cur. I will not be courteous. For what nobility I had left departed along with my fortune. No, I was stripped of it by the only thing that could affect someone of my eminence. I lost it to Dragonfire. Helgen. I was there. Somehow, I doubt that. One with your considerable waistline would have proved too tempting a morsel for a dragon to ignore. You are indeed in excellent shape. A perfect circle. Of course, there's no need to take offense. Appearances mean nothing to me. For one of your considerable girth, that may prove auspicious. Truth be told, I have suffered worse in the name of making my fortune. I wonder if you are spoken for. Which brings us back to my original point. I am in need of a suitable partner, one who can finance the lifestyle I have become accustomed to. Because, for all intents and purposes, I'd rather be dead than poor, and every second I am the latter brings me closer to the former. So, as the Nords are fond to do, I seek marriage without courtship. Time is short, and every day is worth 2 tomorrows. I inherited it. And by that I mean I earned every septum. My mother was a hard woman, and she treated her servants, her farmhands, and her children like hardened criminals. I remember we had an orc servant, bastard born, and every time my mother got drunk, she made it a point to remind him. She gave the poor sod a serving of knuckle pie for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. 3 square meals a day, right square in the jaw. I don't have to imagine how much they hurt. I know the taste of it all too well. Yes, only the beatings weren't enough. Bruises heal, but the words stick you like a dagger. One day I asked a servant why he puts up with it, and he told me, same reason you do, for the gold. I learned a valuable lesson that day. The one with the gold makes the rules. Those without it are prisoners. Those with it can forever live free. I most certainly am not. The lessons I learned were not gifts, but things that I paid an overwhelming price for. People always talk about the horrors of discrimination, but they seem to revel in it when it affects the rich. While it's true that when my mother died, I was afforded every luxury, but they seem to revel in it when it affects the rich. And what should I do with it? Work the fields like some common harridan? I know my worth. And for one with my stock, there are only 2 sensible ways to make a fortune. By marriage, or by blood. And unless some wealthy uncle shows up with gold spilling out of his pockets, the only viable alternative is marriage. What's that supposed to mean? Someone like me? You mean someone who's young, highborn, and educated? I am affable. I am sweet. I am the most devastating beauty Skyrim has witnessed in 5 millennia. And you are evidently blind. The cracks in my... I beg your pardon? I am a Breton. It's no secret we have elvish blood in our veins, and like our Dunmer cousins, our fine lines are considered beauty marks. And who do you think fed the soldiers and reared their mounts? Ashwood Farm had a contract with the Empire, and they paid handsomely. With no Jarl, there were no taxes. And with a military garrison situated in the city, our homes were guarded tighter than the Blue Palace itself. Helgen was indeed a military outpost, and that is precisely what made it profitable. Fine.
Yes? Hope nobody misses that.
Feel free to make requests. Oh, no. But being surrounded by good music, good drink, and good friends is all I've ever asked for. Generally, if you want rumors, you should talk to Corpulus. That said, I did see a visitor pass through on his way to the Blue Palace. You should think about staying the night. Corpulus keeps a clean inn.
Welcome to the winking Skeever, friend. Sure thing. It's yours for a day. I'll show you to your room. Right this way. Let me know if there's anything else you need.
Hear ye! Hear ye! A proclamation from the High Court of Solitude. Of late, boats and ships making use of the city harbor have been impeded by discarded crates, barrels, spoiled food, and other unsightly obstructions. Such refuse has made it difficult for ships and boats to navigate the safe shores of Hafengar, disrupting commerce, dirtying the surroundings, and breathing stink into the air. By lawful decree of our Jarl, henceforth a fine of 10 septums will be imposed on those caught discarding wastes into the waters around the Solitude docks. Breach of the law will command swift punishment, without remittance or pardon. Failure to pay the fine will subject the culprit to forfeiture of land, goods, and chattel, or indentured servitude and imprisonment. Be it reminded that compliance with the law is for your own protection. Long live the Jarl! Hear ye! Hear ye! A proclamation from the High Court of Solitude. Be it known that yet another caravan has been waylaid by cannibal savages known as the Forsworn. In broad daylight, just a half-day's ride from our sister city of Markarth, these naked
Proudspire
beastmen of the
Manor.
Reach,
There's a fine home.
painted in the blood of their
for sale,
victims,
You're interested
swarmed
to
a
talk to the
band
steward,
of
didn't you?
traitors and travelers bound for the city. The forsworn marauders pillaged the caravan and spared not a soul. Horses, drivers, riders, guards, all were put to the sword, then boiled in soup. The Jarl of Markarth requests that brave and capable warriors, willing to risk life and limb to bring justice and tranquility to the Reach, promptly show themselves in Understone Keep and offer aid in battling the Forsworn threat. Rest assured that Solitude remains safe under the watchful care of our Jarl. Long live Jarl Elisif! Hear ye! Hear
If it's a mercenary you're looking for, you found him. There's no
Attend
stronger
now
sword
for
on
the
hire
news
in
of
all
the
Skyrim.
hour. Be it reminded that the worship of Talos is outlawed by imperial edict and punishable by death. It is a fact of common knowledge that continued rituals and prayers to Talos will anger the divines and bring their wrath upon your families and neighbors. Those found practicing the arts and worship of Talos will be subject to summary judgment and execution. Transgressors of the law will be subject to swift and sure justice, regardless of status. It is the ordained duty of all true faithfuls to report any cult activities they witness to the Solitude Constabulary. Only you can prevent divine retribution. Be it reminded that it is our obligation as subjects of the Jarl to obey her just laws as to ensure the safe conduct of our fair city. Long live the Jarl!
Yes? That's wonderful. You've done us a great service. As promised, the outfit is yours, and here's something for your trouble. Remember Radiant Raiment when you need a change of attire.
Blessings of the Eight Divines upon you. How may I help? You look troubled. Have you come seeking guidance?
As High Priest of the Eight Divines, I bid you welcome. May knowledge of your divinity carry us through our daily trials.
Let us walk in the steps of the Divines.
Being old's not so bad. Daughter keeps me fed, and my working days are done. You've done a fine thing for me. You know, I used to be quite a warrior in my day. Let me show you a thing or two. You should speak to my daughter, Yvette. She's the brains of the family.
Feel free to take a seat.
Seems there's no end to the needs of the Imperials. But what can I help you with? I think I would, if it weren't for my son and my wife. Oh, Seema would have my hide if I even suggested I might step foot on a battlefield. You think Stormcloaks and Legionnaires are dangerous? Ha! It's almost all I have time for these days. The men training here in Solitude, and the troops out in the field. They all need weapons and armor. You should look into joining. They could use every hand they can get. To be honest, no. But High King Torrig supported them. And now, her Lady Elisif has thrown in with them. You could say I'm a king's man at heart. I guess that's Jarl's man now. My loyalty lies with Solitude. So, where Jarl Elisif leads, I follow.
You talk to Egg Brothers. Deja has no words for you.
Sorry, I was lost in thought. I'm planning my wedding, you see. So many details to work out. Ah, yes. If she wants to pay the 2,000 gold tariff, then we'll be all set. I suppose I could make an exception. I do like her spiced wine. Fine. Tell Yvette's son her shipment will be brought up to Solitude shortly. Some say I got my position because my cousin is the Emperor. Nonsense. The man's given me nothing. He can't even be bothered to attend my wedding.
Thank you so much. I swear it's a fight with them every shipment. Here's something for your troubles. Good luck out there. Seems like a tough time to be wandering Skyrim.
Inflicting wanton destruction and immeasurable loss of life and property. Why have these foul creatures returned to Skyrim? Are they punishment for our sins from the Divines? Why do they hate us thus? Is this the end of times? Damned if I know! Be it reminded that all good citizens of Solitude must continue to pay taxes, for if you do not, the dragons win. Be assured that the Imperial Legion will protect us all. May the Divines bless our Jarl. Hear ye! Hear ye! A proclamation from the High Court of Solitude. By the authority of General Tullius, Governor of the Imperial Province of Skyrim and Lord Commander of all Imperial Legion detachments in Skyrim, let it be known that the Imperial Legion is seeking brave men and women to fill their elite ranks. Fame, glory, and honor await those willing to risk life and limb to bring order and peace to Skyrim and defend the Empire against our enemies. Lend your sword arm to protect Skyrim from the Stormcloak rebels and bring the traitor, Ulfric the Kingslayer, to justice. Interested parties should attend Castle Dower forthwith and declare their intentions to Legate Ricky. Long live our Jarl!
Out with it. Generally posting information is need to know only. I've been trying to find the time and place to let you know. Daughter was the White One. The skirmishes there have been violent. The White One legate, he needed to know the Stormcloak positions. He sent out a party to scout the area. They happened upon a large force. I'm told none of them made it back. Private Morad, Angela's daughter, was in that scouting party. She needs to be told.
Citizens of Solitude or persons of unsullied moral character who can testify under oath in the Temple of the Divines to the fair and legal conduct of combat. Breach of the law will command swift punishment without remittance or pardon. Any monetary wager will be subject to a conciliation tax payable to the Solitude Constabulary. Be it reminded that it is our obligation as subjects of the Jarl to obey her just laws, as to ensure the safe conduct of our fair city. Long live Jarl Elisif!
Take a good look around. I'm sure you'll find what you're looking for. If not, let me know. I might have it stored away. It's good to see a fresh face. You wouldn't have happened to come from Whiterun, would you? You got Aldous to tell you something. I knew you would. What did he say? I told her. I told her the Imperial army would kill her. that this was a war of Jarls and Imperial generals, and we had no part in it. She just wouldn't hear it. It was brave of you to come to me with this. I can't thank you for it, not for this. But you have done me a service.